And I grab like a melee weapon and then I start playing Left 4 Dead 2.
Okay, if we ever get a zombie apocalypse, send me your address and I will come to you and you will help me.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, David can go with you today.
I mean, King, you need to understand we also have Giselle over here. He's from Finland, so by default he would be the perfect guy in zombie apocalypse.
True. Superior in Finland.
And
Yeah,
then you can
they're
see
listed
that
in the structure thingy.
Structure thing.
And then again, King,
Yeah,
you can
on the
also see in the
recipe.
chat and then that an
Why
actual
Don't we have
apocalypse
them
is
on the same
connecting.
document?
Yeah, but
Because
that's
it's a
APOC.
different thing.
But
He's an
still,
officer in US Army,
But
so
for
that's no
simplicity.
problem.
I know,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
it's
apocalypse
easier
is coming.
for us to do it this way than having everything on one document.
But it's not a good thing, I can tell you that.
But remember, apocalypse is coming.
110 is for platoon and 111 is for squad.
Section
Yes.
4.
Radio channels.
Unit structure. And then it just links to the Google.
Radio check for the first squad on frequency 111.
Yeah.
Copy, over.
Lima Charlie.
Thank you. We have apocalypse in our group.
Okay, so
That must be a good thing.
it just goes from 1-1 squad to 1-2.
What?
It says 1-2 two times in the sheet.
Where?
In the green alpha, it says alpha 1-1 squad and then alpha 1-2 fire team 1.
You like? Do you like my loadout?
1.1.
Me as well then?
Yeah.
Mm,
And you, Hannibal is also part of your team. And then King, you have to be the team leader until camp comes on, and you'll take a couple lips with you.
you know that APOC outranks me like with a major?
Yeah, but still, it's just a video game.
Live.
Cusella is also a part of your thingy, so yeah, take him with you too.
So basically, it's
Just make sure you
teams
have
of
everything
3.
you need, and then be on the radio channels. If your radio channel
You
is
have a suppressor.
for the
and
squad
pistol.
111, and then 111.2 for the team.
Why would I
So-
want a separate channel for the team?
Yeah, you suck.
Because we're 9 people in the squad. If I
Yeah,
split
but
this up-
we're in a squad.
So Cox,
Yeah.
your fire team channel is 111.1.
Yeah,
Okay.
But isn't
Just
Kusela,
making sure.
aren't you like a rifleman?
because
Yeah.
we're
It's-
green.
Why should the LMG be
Yes.
team lead?
Just temporarily. Okay, Cusella can be team lead then.
I think it's more suitable because I would be laying down covering fire and not leading stuff.
Yeah.
Radio frequency check.
And I have faith in the Finns.
111.1. A copy, over.
I got the wrong channel, mate.
So what color are we, by the way?
Excuse me,
are-
Mothman.
Your guy looks
You are. You're red and the others are blue.
And I feel disappointed.
Oxy, you guys are blue.
We are blue.
I'm blue. Ba-dee-ba-dee-da.
And Cusella join on me.
It's not in our squad.
There you go.
Wait, so we need to have an additional channel on L111 point
Yeah, just if we get split up. You know what I mean?
when the frequency was 111 point.
2. But you don't need to put it now, but it's just in case you get split up. That's your frequency.
So mainly we use the 111.
Yeah.
Alright. Suppressors on or off?
Doesn't matter. We're gonna need to hear what Sable is planning.
What's up, a candy van? I see.
Hey, APOC?
Hey, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe this is something to do with the beta, or
do you have both T4 and T4 beta running as plugins? Because if we click on your name, it says Task Force Radio Status 0.9.12, and that's the old, that's the regular T4.
I have the beta enabled.
Yeah, because I have been having trouble or issues before that when I have the both plugins installed in the folder, they compete and knocks out each other back and forth. So
I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna enable Task Force Radio as well and see what happens when I join. But what the fuck?
Because I think the problem right now is that it shows that you have the old one.
I mean, I know how I have the old one. I downloaded it from Steam.
And it's a T4 beta?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's good for your stomach.
No, I had fucking run here. I had to help my little brother, the high one, you know.
Feed him Snickers.
Yeah, like here you go. It takes a Snicker.
Coxie, believe it or not, I played with his brother once, Call of Duty, and
I'll be right back.
he was weird.
Okay, if you didn't
to say
add
the
Call of
least.
Duty, I would be really.
Yeah, I played with his brother.
Hey, I'm not
I think
gonna
you
lie.
finish him. That moment when Coxie looks identical to you. Fuck off.
But you have your ski mask. Mm,
Yeah, at
gonna
least my
rob
ski
a
mask
grocery
covers
store.
my lips, man.
I need the air.
Why do you have two microphones?
Oh,
I do?
yeah, you
Yes.
do. We can talk twice as much.
I got 2 phones.
No, you got two mics. Who's playing around with the balloon?
Oh yeah, shit. But some people use 2 mics, don't they?
Why?
I think they do.
No.
No?
No.
Why the fuck would they?
Rappers. I
you-
sell coke
do
and ketamine with one, and then.
Okay, cool. Dave,
What do you
what are
mean
we
cell
gonna do?
phone? Oh shit! Can't stop running. Okay, there we go. First of all, we're gonna make sure that everyone has their loadouts more or less set and ready. Second of all, we're gonna try and more or less introduce everybody to the how do I say it, squads and stuff like that, so everybody know where to go and who to move to. Jesus Christ, that helicopter. Is there anyone who has any questions about these or something like that? Because I'm planning on staying over a little bit longer, so we can go through that.
Well, any updates or issues from his update regarding medical?
No direct issues there.
Oh, I've seen like when we ran that one mini opus test, like people's blood pressure ran like
Yeah,
hella fast. Alright. I don't know when this has been.
No, perfectly understandable. So I guess we're not going to be more than that. And yeah, there was a few wishes on the list to further train on airborne because tomorrow's operation is going to involve a airborne insertion, to my knowledge. So what we're going to do is that we're going to basically train the fundamentals of airborne insertions, and that's more or less it. So no power jumping, but basic helicopter procedure. You pilots, you have any like things you want to see in terms of behavior inside the helos?
I mean, what I have planned out in the beginning is to just go over some basics with weapon. But other than that, yeah, some typical like operating procedures when in a aircraft would be good to go over.
Yeah. I can handle the ground part and mounting up and dismounting and stuff like that if you want. Or do you have any?
That's good.
Yeah, good. If this seems a little bit thrown together, it's because it's more or less, yes, at least the airborne part. Hello?
Sable?
So with what?
Able.
You broke up. We're gone
Oh.
for like 30
God
seconds.
damn it. Fuck. Anyway, what I said was the initial thought of this training was that everybody would get the loadouts, everybody be more or less acquainted to the stuff that this server is running. So what vehicles we have, and those are the ones that are parked over there. Other than that, there's not a lot. But the wishes were that we would train airborne insertion, so that's what we're gonna do once air team here is ready to start doing so. Until then, feel free to do the changes to your loadouts. There's a loadout document in the SOP which explains what gear you can use and not to use. So if you feel left out in terms of gear, Hannibal, you can start looking at everyone else and start customizing to your own intent or stuff like that.
Mhm.
Mark, when do you reckon you will be done with the basics of helicopter?
I mean, I think that we'd be done in maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, if not faster.
Okay. Then we'll find something to do with the ground team. Slaughter, do you have anything you want to do?
I'm eating lunch.
Right. Besides lunch. Yeah. We'll figure something out. For meanwhile, customize your loadouts. Remember what roles you had. So if you're AR, try and fix your kit to the AR standard, medical, so on and so on. And we'll get you on the road. Right. Let's start.
Awesome. Okay, Wedham, if we go...
On the road again.
So,
Just can't
Infantry,
wait
can,
to get on
just to
the...
be quite frank with you, can you guys line up here real quick? Just gonna tell you real quick that I am not gonna be squad leader for 1-2. I'm gonna have to step up for platoon commander for, well, the platoon. Reason for this is because of Prawn. He is having some temporary issues in his personal life, which is gonna affect his presence in Arma. Therefore, I'm going to step up and be acting as platoon CO. This is in no shape or form a permanent solution, but this is for the meanwhile. So, yeah. Right, that was all. Now continue on with your loadouts and stuff.
Can I drop down then?
Yeah, you can drop.
Sybil,
Yes.
did you get this message on Steam?
Did not get a message on Steam, no.
Basically, I'm just gonna go AFK at some point in this training, just letting you know, as a polite person, you know.
Okay.
But that's like for 10-15 minutes.
Fuck that I've unread messages.
You're a famous person, Sable. You know that.
Can you save that like Yoda? You say that like Yoda.
Does anybody know how this Athena desktop thing works?
Thank you. It's an Athena desktop mod.
Yep.
How it works?
Just download it. Then,
I did. It's on my other monitor right now, but it's saying that I don't have the map or something.
Yeah. So you're just gonna start, and then it's gonna start generating the map based off of the data in game. So I recommend you go into the editor, place down one player, and then just play the map to generate the maps.
Oh, okay. So I gotta do that off server then.
But you can do it just on in multiplayer too. Like while we're at it, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna like go through each individual fucking tree and shit, the map data, and then after that it just then puts in the mission specific stuff if it's able.
Alright. Yeah, it's just been stuck on this like receiving world mesh thing.
Oh yeah, that takes a while.
What the fuck is that? That looks so...
Saran?
Yeah.
You're my squad lead.
Yeah.
Can you give me permission to carry 2 frags and not only 1 frag?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
The first time you blow somebody up, you get taken away from you.
Well, the first time I blew up someone, I already spent that frag, so sure.
Here it is. Christ, this looks creepy.
So we just dropping back down to one squad then, one big squad, or is somebody taking over a squad lead?
Do you think 6 max would be enough? We'll pop another one. I'm a medic, so I'm like 36 now, so.
I almost feel like it could be better just to, I don't know, just drop everybody down and start from squad size, and then once we get more guys, work our way back up.
Yeah.
I'm just testing stuff. Okay.
What is that beard? You look like you're from Last of Us. The guy, only he's like 70 years old. But you know the character, right?
I mean, we can figure out those things between the squad leaders.
In Google.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But you will have to do it anyway.
That way too.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's no point in putting up the new commander if we're gonna have.
We can sort it out now, or we can sort it out after training or something.
Yes. He's literally a pure.
She got a virus.
Oh, kill. No. Fucking Robocop.
Fucking ski goggles.
But wait.
Yeah.
But
But Slaughter, could you take over squad leader for me? Because I'm doing surgery next week, and I have like I'm not gonna be here Friday or not, and Saturday, and maybe not the week after, and then I have the recovery time as well, so I won't be able to do the personnel thingy when we open recruitment and the squad leader part.
Gangsta's Paradise featuring Kanye West.
Yeah.
Like Bin Laden.
Yeah.
Only black. Whose lips?
Clapping. Cheeks.
Don't. Actually keep those glasses, Amela. Pretty cool. I'm not joking.
I'll go and help out a couple lips. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Alistair. You get rid of them glasses. Not you.
You have a problem?
That's fine.
Hey, I'm gonna look like a Terminator. Every time I go AFK, I'm gonna be like, I'll be back. Alright, I'm all set. So Cox, you are my team leader, right?
Yep.
I guess I'm gonna be cannon fodder then.
Yeah,
That moment when you see Coxie's lips. Top 5 bra moments.
you always see them.
That's the problem.
Now I don't have 2 mics anymore. Wait, is this the right mask? Ah, 2 mic.
Miller, why can't he be normal?
Oi.
Hello.
Don't call me that.
But sir.
Oh.
Sir.
He's a sir.
No, actually, let's call him boss, like from fucking Melody.
But
Boss.
Tape.
Boss. Boss. He just fell in the background and died.
Please let me Microsoft report. Please.
Boss.
Please. Boss. Sir.
Boss.
I do
Boss.
Windows, Office, 365.
I have a 2019. Oh, mate, Office. Like, you can get like Office 2019 for like $10. It's fucking ridiculous.
Alright.
Good, so it looks like he's
85. Yeah, how did that go? Ooh.
Are you a sysadmin?
Which authenticator do you have? Well, at least that's
Miller.
good, I think.
Do you work as a sysadmin? Ah, alright, fair enough. Grisel's laughing his ass off because of that.
Bro, last night
Hannibal will
We'll play
show
some
this
Tarkle later,
they
Slaughter.
got the
nice
genius
video.
idea of raising the iOS requirement on all the devices.
I went
to be
in
able
and played
to,
as a scav on
connect to
customs,
the
and I got a
Wi-Fi in the
shotgun.
building
And then I
and
sat in
get
dorms,
emails on your phone.
waited for people to come in the toilet, and then I killed a lot of heavy
No.
dudes.
The kicker is they
And
thought
did
they
you know
sent
that you
out a
can
text
stack
message to
backpacks
all the
inside
affected
backpacks?
users, which they believed were about 12.
Oh yeah.
There was 80
To
people.
waste people's time, I'm sorry for interrupting anyone real quick, but has everybody knows what's going on the this little training area, right? Nobody doesn't know like where to find shit and what not to do.
No fucking
So
clue.
I guess we can do a little tour. Yeah. So if everybody is book it over to those cars over there, I'm gonna start showing you guys. Yeah, a lot of rocks.
I guess we make a line over here.
No, we don't need to make a line.
Alright.
So this is going to be the base server. This server is nothing too fancy. It's nothing like the 75th had, where there's a bunch of buildings with a lot of weird shit going on. This map, more or less, is more or less circled around BCT and having trainings. So there's no real pointing, making it look good. Behind us is the simple bounding area, where the BCTB participants are going to just basically learn bounding on the fundamentals of covering other people and shooting at the same time. To our left here, we have the grenade course. So nothing too fancy here. Throw your grenade and hit the ground. So this is how it looks. And that's about it. So nothing out of the ordinary. The more unique areas or a little bit more specialized areas is going to be the CQB building, the one we have here to the left. Outside we have some basic resupplies and stuff like that, so you can refill if you want to. In here, this is supposed to teach you the fundamentals of, BCT or CQB. So if you come in here, really?
Did you forget the keys?
No, I
Can't open the door.
I can't open the door.
I can't either.
Let's help.
Let's about the military. Yeah, we need to call a guy to bring the key. He's coming tomorrow.
Right, is there,
Haven't
wait,
made this a
let's try
It's
another
locked.
flash door. God damn it!
Sable, you're
Yes.
giving a tour to the place you've never been to before yourself.
Dude, I thought it worked.
Yeah.
Does this work? Hey, no.
That's nice. He's got shitters in the background.
Can't even, like,
Yeah, the control space doesn't work either.
Let me try and respawn and see if that works.
No.
Nah, like, all of us can't, and it's none of us.
Okay.
You've done something funky with this thing. I need to check this out then.
Climb through the windows.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. See here, objectives, no. Environment.
Select the house and see if doors are set to lock.
Do we just blow it open?
Have you tried turning it on again? There actually is a really good breaching
Exercise.
mod, like you can
That's breaching walls and stuff, ain't it?
no the small chunk of C4 you can put on a wall. It actually works really good in Arma.
Would be cool.
I've done it on walls, but not on doors and stuff.
Why you smile?
Why I smile? I don't know.
Your character just loves smiling. Toggle.
Right, try opening the door now.
It's
Oh,
open.
sorry, you.
Right, good.
Closing. It's opening. Hey.
Guys, we did it. We opened the goddamn door.
Does door work? All the doors work.
Everything goes now. Right, so this is the CQB area. A little bit more. Well, it's the basics of BC or CQB. So just so people know what to do and what not to do. Covering doors, etc., etc. So nothing too fancy. Yeah.
Bam, bam.
That's about it. Now, if everybody would be so kind and join up in my group, I'm gonna teleport everybody.
Just join us.
Everyone is in
We're all
our
in a
group
group.
already.
Alright, I'm gonna join you. God damn it.
Who constructed this? This load-bearing wall is not good.
You should fire your carpenter.
Yeah.
Use some
Just go
paint as well.
around it. It's like a snail thingy.
You can
Yeah,
shoot.
he was definitely
Actually, Polish.
So this is the helicopter area. We have a couple of jets to the east, a big C-130 to the south. Then we have all the Black Hawks, attack helicopters and whatnot. So this is basically the heliport or airport or whatever you want to put it. And then we have the firing area or firing ranges. So I'm gonna teleport y'all there. Yeah. And we have the firing ranges a bit further away, not to cause an unnecessary noise pollution and stuff like that. Quite basic. Shoot at the targets down at the salt lake or whatever it is.
I love this. I can't see shit.
Can't say shit.
Get your binaries out.
There's some fucking grass in the way. It's hard to engage targets you don't see.
Like this? Nah.
There's a perfectly good set for that.
I want to file a
Okay,
complaint.
take y'all here. Your skin. Right.
What?
This is just a few hundred meters to the right. So the BCT area is nothing too fancy, it's just for training and stuff like that.
This one works.
So this is for like a auto rifle training?
Auto rifle, AT, whatnot. The most basics of Arma 3 or basically BCT. As said, it's nothing too fancy and doesn't put too much emphasis on having it to basically being able to fire at rate targets at 100 meters. Nothing like that. So we're not going to do the entire real life military stuff. I think everybody knows how to point and shoot in Arma. Get the crosshairs over the target and then just fire and the target will go down. Same basis in real life, however, it takes a little bit more skill and stuff like that. Anyway, that's more or less it of the entire area we have at our disposal. Of course, this is just for BCT, but smaller trainings or more individualized trainings will take place on other places or take place where the instructor wants them to be. We tried to keep the map as basic as possible to avoid clutter and well, unnecessary stuff like a 10-kilometer fence. Teleport everybody back now. So there you have it, the small area of the military base, or the BCT map.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh.
There you go. Now he's getting in the game. The other guy.
And Sable died. Great.
What's going on?
Sable disconnected.
We just got a tour of the base.
Yeah.
About it.
Guess we're waiting for the air guys then. I mean, we could do some old stuff if you want to do that. Is there anything like people are want to learn or either want a refresher on? Pounding and peeling or something.
Can we have a driving course?
Yeah, I don't have driving course on my certificate.
It's not really a certificate. I think you can drive, but yeah, sure, we can go through it. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't have it in my TeamSpeak. That's the
Mm.
important part.
Is it gonna
yeah,
be
it's,
like?
it's not in TeamSpeak.
But hey, yeah, can go through it, I guess.
Are we gonna make it in time regarding the airboys? Because they
We'll
said
just
they.
do the basic of it. I think most of us here are competent, and most of us has driven, driven military vehicles before, and kind of knows what is expected. So, but here is the document for it. So what we have so far, I posted it in the TeamSpeak channel. We'll just go fast through it, and then we'll just drive a little bit around, and then do a herringbone or something like that. Or yeah, I don't have Zeus, so Stable has that. Coming back on, so maybe we can do some reaction to fire or something.
Reaction to fire in vehicles?
Yeah, shouldn't be that hard.
Alright.
Thank you for the follow
I'm
and
just worried about,
social
like,
Nova.
The airboys finishing and then they.
Hope you
Don't
will
worry about it. We'll just
enjoy
get
the
it when
views.
everybody's on.
And
Alright.
hi.
Yeah, everybody can see the speed limits and how to adjust it, right?
Yep.
And here we have the following distances. Just a guide, it doesn't have to be 50 meters on the dot, just like roughly. So, yeah.
Any station this net, this is APOC.
Vehicle radio, you guys are familiar with that. Left control all caps.
This is King 5x5.
Roger, thanks, out.
Yeah, and the convoy nets, or yeah, 50.1. But since we are just one squad or two squads, we can just use the squad radios for internal chat, and then we can use the what's it called again? The platoon nets as external from the squad. But yeah, this is the challenge for the long range. Maneuvering. Yeah, just read that part and come back to me when you have read this part. Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody is familiar with the herringbone pattern. It's the same as it would be as infantry. It's just vehicles. We need to think about like the space and yeah, security and order of march is basically the same. And depending on how long we'll stay, it's either a hard dismount where everybody is dismounting, or a soft dismount where the gunner and driver is still in the vehicle. Column, that's same as file for infantry. And this the sector system is also the same. So front watches front, right watches right, second watches right, last vehicle watches the rear. Staggered column is the same as infantry. And this is the easiest formation to form a herringbone from, and it's often used towns or areas where you have to compress the unit a little bit. Coil. Everybody is familiar with the coil. It's just 360 covered with the vehicles. Doesn't have to be perfect, and even though if you're gonna set up a coil, adjustments can be made after you're parked, so don't stress it with how you're gonna place your vehicle. Always move it a little bit after you've stopped. So
we should do a practice run of the coil.
yeah, we can do it, no problem. Contacts call are the same. Infantry, alert, type of target, direction, and range. Just read a little bit about it here. A little bit different on how going when you're driving vehicles.
Is this a good time to tell everybody how I hate ConvoyNet and I want it deleted?
It is really useful when you're bigger formations, but you don't need to use it when we're just 2 squads.
We should never use it. I really hated it in the 75th when information got shared on the platoon net and not the convoy net, and some info was shared on the convoy net and not the platoon net when we got in contact, when we needed info the most.
It was a miss.
If we're moving in a big formation, then we're using the bigger formations net. That is just like that easy.
Basic commands, you can just read a little bit about that too.
Basic command.
Yeah, and then just read a little bit about engagements, and then we try it out. I'll make a little route. Won't be that long. Cool. Everybody has read everything, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Apocalypse, you're familiar with basic driving stuff, or?
Yep. Good
Yeah.
to go.
Go. Cool. Okay, let's mount up. Let's have red team take one vehicle, and blue team take another. Or actually, let's just split it up so there is 2 people in each vehicle. Just do it that way instead. So Cusel and King, Apocalypse and Miller, Abel and me,
Kusela.
Hannibal and Coxie, and King and Slaughter. No, sorry, Slaughter, you have to come with some of us.
He can come with us.
Yeah.
What is it, bitch?
Kusela.
Oh.
Ive. Ive Hoimota.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, I have 240. Nice.
Is everybody in the vehicle?
Roger.
This is Sarinx, radar check 101.
This is Apocalypse, Roger, 111.
Copy. Okay, Apocalypse and Miller, you are Vic 1. Cusella and King, you're Vic 2. Me and Sable and Slaughter are Vic 3. And Coxie and Hannibal are Vic 4. How copy?
This is Vehicle 1, Apocalypse, Roger.
Vic 2 copies.
Okay, start forming up.
Vic 4 copies.
Okay, just hold here and have a look on the map. It's gonna be a short route since we're just waiting for the airboys. So we're gonna start at the move marker and drive all the way up to set security points. While we're driving along this route, we're gonna try some formations. And when we get up to set security point, we're gonna do a herringbone. No, a coil. Speed is gonna be 50 and spacing is gonna be 20 meters. I'll copy.
Vic 2 copies.
This is Vehicle 1, Roger.
Okay, Vic 1, move up when ready. Okay, this is Vic 3. Formation is gonna be herringbone when we get on the road.
This is vehicle 1 making a left on MSR.
Copy. Okay, convoy form herringbone. Sorry, convoy form staggered column. Holy shit. Just continue driving.
Okay. We're on the wrong side, but sure.
How come? We should be on the left.
First take left, second right.
That doesn't make
That
any
should
sense. If we move on a
That's
line
all.
formation, we're gonna go left.
Well, first it goes left, then it goes right. Was the example picture that I looked at like 3 minutes ago.
I'm not gonna argue. It just makes no. If it makes a sense, in the Swedish army, the platoon leader is the front Vic, and then you have. Shit, he's going quick. And then vehicle number 2, he is looking left because he's going left when you form a line. So it makes sense to be on the left.
Yeah. That's Swedish standard.
Yeah.
Okay, convoy continue movement, column formation.
This is 1 moving.
Coxie and Hannibal, just remember when you're starting to move, just tell us when the convoy is moving.
Solid copy.
This is 1 coming up on checkpoint for security. Over.
Copy that. Just when you get to the to the marker, just start making a coil. All the other vehicles is gonna follow the vehicle in front of them around in the circle, and then yeah, just set out to the side.
Okay. Just start circling.
Just drive in a circle.
Or I couldn't get back in.
Oh, don't just disembark.
Yeah, Slaughter is gonna come up and give us positions.
Northwest.
And yeah, that's elephant grass, so I just kind of fucked. Like right into it.
You want me to go into it?
There you go. Now, if you look on your CTAB markers, you can see what every VIX is, and we got a 360 out of every VIX.
Nice. Okay, we can meet in the center.
Close the door after before we go.
Yeah. We're total bullshit.
Well, nobody flipped.
Yeah.
You're on whisper.
Yeah, turn for line.
Okay. Anyway, when we're on the patrol or when we're driving, it's great that everybody have watching their sectors, but I noticed that the second vehicle, I don't know who was the gunner for that, but it doesn't matter. Stick with one area sector because I found myself looking different directions pretty much every time because I throw an eye towards you and I see you pointing, let's say, right or left or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's because we did a staggered column, the opposite of what we should have. First
Alright,
Vic
okay.
left and second Vic right, but we ended up on the left, so then I was like, oh, because I'm gonna watch left since we're on the left, and then after that we stick to the right.
Because it felt like it
supposed
happened
to.
midway through, like
Well,
when we
it
were
did.
actually driving. That was fun.
I think we went column, I just stick to the right.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, cool. Yes, we can drive back or something. I don't have Zeus, so I can't spawn. Yeah?
Why did we swap places in the staggered column like 3 times?
I don't know.
While driving.
Just adapt to it, I guess.
I mean, the main point is that the formation or the task is completed, so to say. If herringbone is ordered, just drive out. Yeah, exactly. We just gotta find somebody who is on Zeus. So, well, actually, I can actually fix that. So jump into the vehicles, and I'm gonna fix this. So we can have a little reaction to ID.
Yep.
So what is SVC drive?
Okay, just start forming up on the road again, pointing towards the base where we came from.
This is one moving toward the road.
Vic 4 set.
Victory set.
Victor set.
One move out when ready.
This is one moving.
Speed 50, spacing 20, column formation.
Last Vic moving.
Vic 1, if you need to adjust the speed or spacing or formation, just call it out and we'll adjust after.
Icon copies.
One
ID,
ID,
right?
ID.
Copy that. Is there any injuries or?
Vehicle one is
good?
vehicle one is disabled.
Copy that, herringbone. Set up security. Vic 1 dismount, mount up in Vic 2.
Vic 2 is good.
Yeah, Vic 1 dismount and mount up in Vic 2.
Alright.
Vic 2, you know, the lead Vic. Vic 3 is gonna tow Vic, the vehicle that's disabled. Just set up in front and then be ready to move when we're starting the towing.
Vic 2, Roger. We have recovered the crew from Vic 3. Out.
This vehicle smells.
Well, that's because I farted.
It smells like a tiger. A king tiger.
Scandinavian farts.
Yeah.
King Tiger.
I fucking hate MATVs, man. These are so small, cramped.
Small and fat.
Drove through Kandahar in these fucking things.
Have you been in a Land Rover Defender before?
I have not. That's a good point, man.
Yeah, it is. If you're a driver, your left hand's knuckles will be fucked. Mainly because they rub between the steering wheel and the windowsill. The door.
So, Apoc, you mean that the rear in the Striker command vehicle is roomy?
Can't see anything though.
Okay, this is Vic 3, we should be good. Let's set speed 30 and start moving
Not
again.
able to scoot up and down in the seat.
Vic 3, speed 30, moving.
Copy.
Convoy, this is Alpha Actual. Be advised to start moving up towards the airfield, where we will do a quick airborne insertions training. I'll copy.
This is Vic 4, we copy.
Okay, Vic 2, just pull into the base now.
Vic 2, turning right.
Zarings, did you copy on long range?
Negative.
Airborne training at spawn.
KT, can you pull me into red?
Say again?
I'm like on my own team here.
Prepare for airborne training at the airfield.
Okay, let's move to the airfield.
Yeah,
Take
well,
a
right,
left
I'm
there, I
driving, so
think it
wait.
is. Yeah, it's a
I
left
took a
there.
wrong turn for the airfield, but yeah, you can just take a left here.
Yeah, we're just heading,
Taking left.
you took off to the right.
Taking left.
It's just, but you can see on the map where we're heading, right?
Oh yeah, I just told him. Coming.
Sweet, I'll meet you there.
On the left here.
Taking left.
And take a left here, and then we're on the road. We can just keep following the rest.
Vehicle is safe.
Think we're meeting up at the Blackhawk over here.
My bad.
Do you know how I fix the voice thingy so I don't speak in game?
Alright, well, should we begin?
Yes, do you want to do this or do I want it? or well?
I think it may be better if you do it.
All right. Just gonna wait for the guys to come over here.
Are we doing insertions too, or?
We'll be doing any proper insertions. It's gonna be we're gonna do this dry for now, so it's in and out and up and out. During each flight from now on, there's going to be the squad leader or the highest one in command is going to be the one who's on the crew net inside the helos. Thing is, what we're going to go through here is just dismounting and mounting up on the helicopter, so we don't get in any issues, and we basically have it nailed down until we actually start doing this. So, for those, is there anyone who has any real-life airborne military experience?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you want to do this instead?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, just show me what you've been taught. And
So we do something called PZ posture. That's pickup zone posture. And really it's basically just getting accountability and ensuring that the people who are getting on the aircraft are sorted properly. And however you guys in the S3 shop want to standardize that, if you want to do it by team, by squad, it's fine. It's just very basic. You have an organized line of people. And again, SOP, if you want the team leader first, the squad leader first. I think for this, if you want to do it, we have 3 teams here. You have your red, gold, and blue or whatever. We just do it by team. And then whoever's in lead here gets accountability from the team leaders. Once the pilots are prepared to receive, each team leader leads their team on in sequence. The final team leader gets a confirmation that everyone's on the bird, and that's given to the pilots, and then we're off. It's pretty simple.
Everybody
Right, yeah.
heard about the
That is
bird,
basically
bird,
how we've done
was
things.
a word.
My experiences are similar to that. However, in terms of mounting up and dismounting, we usually have something called an air marshal. When the helicopter lands down, there's somebody who's there to receive the helicopter, basically wave it in. Once the helicopter touches down, he signals to the rest of the squad or the rest of the teams that are going to mount up on the helicopter to basically start their approach. When speaking to Mark, he advised that would be best if we did it in an orderly manner. So if everybody would line up in a line initially and start entering either 1 by 1 or 2 by 2. That is his wishes. In terms of dismounting the helicopter, 360 in preferably lower stances such as prone or crouching down in order to minimize our own fleshy target boxes. Once the helicopter is ready, it will wave off and we'll begin. Yep.
In terms of setting up 360, from my experience, it really helps if we already pick out the sectors during flight.
Yeah, I will call out what team I want in what cardinal direction. So if I call out the red team towards south, then I want the red team to cover everything from west to east towards south. And if I say blue team north, then I want blue team to watch everything from west to east towards north. So it shouldn't be, there shouldn't really be any questions about who goes where, basically. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Yep. Daughter just joined the red team, and Sable just joined the blue team. Cool. Okay, line up in front of me. Wait, I'm stuck here for some reason. There we go, yeah. Red team first, then blue team first, then red team, sorry. Yeah.
You want to do this in a straight line?
Yeah, just do it in a line.
Not quite.
Apocalypse. I need to be in front of you. Yeah, thank you.
There we go. We're ready now, I guess.
Alright, Hawk 1 is ready to receive.
Yeah. Blue team mount up.
Where's Hannibal?
I don't know where Hannibal is.
He
He's
had
AFK,
to
AFK.
be
Okay.
Let me make a suggestion, just for Arma physics.
Yeah.
Since we're 2 separate teams of 4 and 4, we should each
Mount
be
up on
loading up on
different
each
sides.
side.
Yeah.
So like red team should have, when you approach
That's how we do it
the
in
nose.
Norway.
Cargo channel or?
We're gonna be on cargo, yeah.
Alright.
Yes,
I
sir.
advise that if you aren't in if you don't have any immediate threats in the area, then sure you can go for both sides. But if you are in a contested area, it's better to just go with one side, so that you have the other side of the covering you instead.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to get in front of the minigun when it starts singing.
I don't have a long range though, so.
Just gonna make a man smoothie real quick.
Or something. But we're all
We are
mounted.
right now
Man smoothie.
shortly 100.
Love me some man smoothies, my guy.
Yep,
That could mean something entirely different.
Probably. Giggity.
There we go.
Sarens, you're gonna be
Alright, all mounted. Hawk 1 is ready to take off. Okay, we won't be actually taking off, just so you know.
Okay.
We're mainly going to go over just mounting and dismounting. Sable, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Alright, well, since we have done a successful mounting up into the helicopter, now we will do a dismount instead. And same as with the mounting up, we will do so in a orderly manner, preferably 1 by 1 or 2 by 2, depending on if you want to do it as one whole team or by the fire team. That is up to you, but we don't want everyone to dismount at the same time, partially due to Arma physics, but also just to keep the peace and keep everything organized and tidy.
Yep.
So, Zaron, if you want to take care of the dismounting part, as said, 1 by 1.
Jajamenspings.
That is up to you.
Det är Oblivions
Let's
sköna
just go
röst.
after basically the shack that got. So basically when we say dismount, it's gonna be Slaughter King, then Coxy, Hannibal, then me, Sable, Cusella, and Miller, and then Apocalypse. And red team is gonna hold towards north, and blue team is gonna hold towards south when we get out. Good?
Yep.
Okay, okay. Start dismounting.
Slaughter north.
Wait, when you say south,
Sable
are you-
wasn't gonna be mounting.
South for blue, red north.
Alright, perfect. Looks like everyone has dismounted, after which you will have to notify the pilots or the crew chief.
Yeah, I'll pull out
that's,
dismounted or something like that.
Yeah, that is enough. You don't have to, go into details. Just say that everyone has dismounted and we're ready to go.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Let's go over this one more time. Let us start up with another mount up.
Okay.
We're gonna go through it one more time, so line up on me on the left side of the helicopter. In front of me.
Okay, so team leaders, Coxy.
Oh, Coxy, he'll be in front of me, sorry.
Yeah,
Where
Coxy
should we?
and
Behind
Walter,
me.
you're a team leader for now. So when your team has mounted up, you're gonna tell me that you're mounted up. Okay, blue team, you can start mounting up.
Fuck.
Okay, red team mount up.
Blue team out.
Red team all in.
Yeah, all mounted.
Understood. All mounted. Hawk 1 is ready to depart.
Okay.
Jealous character was yawning.
Let us just go through a dismount one last time.
Okay, we'll go through the dismounting the same as we did before. Dismount when ready.
Dismounted.
Good morning.
Blue team push farm.
Alright, perfect. Everyone can come back now.
Okay, everyone come back to the helicopter. To mark.
To mark what?
Alright, anyways, everyone is here. Good. So I'm just going to bring this up once, and I advise that you remember this. Earplugs should always be in. Helmets should always be on. Whenever you mount up inside a helicopter, go towards the cargo or miscellaneous channels. Unless you're a team lead, then you can come onto the crew channel in order to be able to communicate with the crew. Yeah, this is just something that I will say once, and I expect that you will remember this.
Copy.
Another tip, whenever you are going through a dismount, it is always advised that team lead calls out the name of the person who that should dismount. Once said person has dismounted, they should yell out "ready," just to notify the team lead that next person can start dismounting. This is just to help make it clear so that we don't have people just dismounting eagerly or too eagerly. I don't know, Sable, is there anything else you'd like to add here, or should we continue on?
Not really. Nothing from airborne side, unless there's anyone want to focus on the real deal. If we can do a little flight, actually, if we do a little flight, we can get the whole experience in, so to say. Where there's going to be a little bit of chaos when you can't hear anything, or yeah. So if you guys want to start the helo, and Saren will be so kind and line everybody up, and we'll fly to a random designated area, and you'll just land there.
Yep. And Saren, one more thing. Don't forget to communicate with the pilot or the crew chief. Tell them that the team is standing by to mount up. Tell them when the team is mounted up, when they are ready to dismount, etc. It's crucial that we have this sort of communication between each other, because we just want to make sure that everything goes through as swiftly as possible. So this time, when everyone is lined up, start by communicating with the pilot, and in this case, it will be Wedman or Swedman. Yeah, perfect.
Cool. Can we load on either sides? Because now we get mixed up and we have to run around the chopper.
Yeah, sure, okay. Blue team can load up on right.
Alright.
Wait, don't load up yet. Just make a line in front of the helicopter on the right side here. Blue team. Coxie. Blue team and red team start mounting up.
Do we have a band flight, or should I just...
Red team all in.
We're just going to take
Blue team loaded.
and start with
Eagle
a
one, this is
compass
one, all mounted,
circulation
ready
around
to
the
move.
airfield.
Roger, 1-1 take off.
So just take off, start moving towards the southeast, and commence a clockwise rotation around the airfield.
Okay, red team and blue team, when we are dismounting, red team is gonna hold towards north and blue team is gonna hold towards south. I'll copy. Copy. Red team got it.
Alright, Zarin, get on the crew net.
Yep. Done.
shouldn't we default so like blue is always on the right side and red is always on the left side securing
Being on
or
the
something like that?
is a good idea, so we don't have to communicate over long runs or anything.
Yeah.
This will just make it easier for all of us.
The squad instead of bugging you all the time.
Okay, anyways, we don't have a LNC marked out, we will just be landing on the same spot where we took off from.
Okay.
Alright, so start preparing your team. We are approximately 30 seconds out.
Yep.
Alright, Sable and Miller out first, and then me and Hannibal.
Copy. Copy.
On the rotation or just on the landing pad?
Just on the landing pad, exactly where we took off from.
Yep.
15 seconds.
King and Apocalypse out first, followed by Casella and Slaughter.
Alright. 1-1. Dismount.
Dismount.
Kings out.
Red team all out. Blue team all out.
Nice. Let's just meet up at the center.
It's so nice you can wipe the dog along the east menu now.
So how did it go? Was it okay or?
Yeah, fine. The dismounting is a little obnoxious because you really don't need to have to physics do that. Like I understand the real life scenario, but as far as Arma goes, as long as you know that red team got out or blue team got out, alright, we don't have to go by the rules.
In Norway, the only thing I do is I jump out of the helicopter and I tell them to jump out, I walk in front and then wave it off. So that's the only communication thingy, but I guess it's good to have a standard that we follow. So for me it's the same.
No. What I'm saying is like you have to have the order to jump out of the chopper itself and have to wait. I mean, everybody can't be at the same time and jump out of the chopper.
I agree. The faster the better.
I guess we can just do that and let's just do that instead of
As long as the team leaders have accountability, everything should be fine.
yeah.
Maybe remember to set up team's own radio channels so we have a line of communication where we can kind of start deciding who's gonna take what sector. So
I mean, you
we don't
have
end up like at the first point where everyone was looking pretty much northeast.
I mean,
Three
you
people
have
looking northeast and one looking.
you have the radio channels. It's up to the team leader when he wants to use it or not. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as Zern mentions, you already have all of the intercom channels. You can stay on any of them except for the crew one.
No, we're talking about the TFAR radios.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
for
still
the
TFR,
squads.
so...
Yeah, true.
Anyways, is there anything else you want to do when it comes to air, or...?
No, I think that's pretty much basic knowledge, and everybody here pretty much knows it. We're getting to more advanced details later on when it comes to like repelling and actual airborne stuff.
Yeah, shouldn't we be doing that? Trying repelling? Now we're working with the chopper anyway.
Yeah,
The only other important thing that I can think of
it's
right
up to
now
everybody.
would be medibacks, to be honest.
Again?
The only other important thing that we could do right now is basically medivacs.
Yeah, I don't think we will do too much medevacs in, like, yeah, immediately. Since we have medics in all the squads. But yeah, I don't know what Sable has in store for us, so.
As I said before, this was meant to be an incredibly short
You're on Whisper.
Training, just to get everyone introduced to everybody.
Sable, you are on Whisper. Could you?
The fact that we did this little airborne thing was good.
Whisper.
The driving thingy, that was good as well. So all of these are basically just...
Sable!
What?
You're on Whisper.
You're on Whisper.
Why the fuck am I always on Whisper? No.
We're getting cozy.
It was good that we did the airborne thing. It was good that we did the driving thing, because it wasn't, planned to actually... We weren't actually planned to do so. The original plan was just to get the gear sorted and connect the dots to who's who and whatnot. This was basically because it's kind of hard to train on stuff when we don't know what people are going for, so to say. I guess most of you have some form of Arma experience, so when we have our first operations tomorrow, it's going to be easier for us to nail down what we need to actually focus on in future trainings. So today's was actually just more or less a introduction course or an organization day. That was it.
Yeah.
But if there's anything else you guys want to do, by all means. I don't intend to drag this out or have people be here if they don't want to.
We need to sort the platoon thingy. So
I know, yeah, we gotta do some office paperwork, and then it's already been an hour and a half, so.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if people want to play a mini-op or something, they can do that too. But me and Sable and Slaughter have to go and have a chat, so.
I mean, Apocalypse, you said you have experience with this. Maybe you can make something up real quick.
Yeah, absolutely could if you guys want to.
Okay, Sable, give this man.
Proxy, we
please
are
use.
doing brainstorm, right?
Yeah.
And rejoin as the Zeus. It's in the bottom.
Oh, fuck.
So just
My bad, sorry.
Yeah.
I guess the
See you guys
rest.
tomorrow.
No, just pinged Zeus by accident.
Yeah.
Quick work.
Alright, now
Arrogant.
please answer me this. Who the fuck will be our JTAC? Because no one has a